Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video we are decorating the kitchen for Christmas, so I hope you guys are doing well, and let's jump right into today's video. I'm going to start off by putting away these dishes. I had already cleaned up for the morning. This was about 12 o'clock midday on a Saturday, and we had already had breakfast, and the kitchen was pretty tidied from the day before, so I didn't have a ton of cleaning to do, which is great. So we're just going to focus on putting away those dishes. I'm going to wipe down the counters and all of my surfaces and stuff, vacuum, and then we'll get to decorating. So like I mentioned, the kitchen was pretty decent. It did not need a lot of cleaning, but I have not wiped down the oven area in a long time, so I just wanted to go ahead and get that taken care of. But as you can see, I also still have my fall decorations up, so we're going to go ahead and remove all of that. I'm going to go around in sections and just take those down, or take them away from that area little by little, and just kind of like work my way around the kitchen. So I'm gonna go ahead and put away these peppers. These peppers we actually grow indoor and outdoor. They're bell peppers, but they're the smaller version. And I like to dry them out and then make like a marinade with them. You can make a rub or a marinade with them, but I am just putting them away so I can go ahead and collect a bunch more. And when I'm ready, I'm gonna go ahead and make either my marinade or my rub. And then we're just gonna continue cleaning and wiping down the backsplash. I typically don't wipe my backsplash all the time. I will do it once in a while. It doesn't really get too dirty, but it can get dirty depending on what we're cooking. Things, you know, can splash or whatever, and it can get pretty dirty. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue wiping things down, and you're going to see me looking at the camera a lot. That's because I have been having so many issues with this camera. I dropped it a while ago, and then I think I dropped it a second time. I'm not sure. Something happened, and then the lens like completely, it just does not close anymore. And then my son actually dropped it on accident the other day, and oh my god, I feel like I have the worst luck with this camera. But we've been trying, well, I've been trying to just get it to work properly, and it still does work, but we just have to fight with it a little bit. Some of the functions, or one of the functions that I normally use to film, does not work properly, so I have to film on a different function, and that one seems to be working pretty well. But it's just like, I guess it's like trial and error at this point. But anyway, we're gonna move on to wiping down this area. I am just removing all of that fall stuff, as you just saw, wiping down the microwave, and then we're just gonna continue working our way down the counter.
While Santa's busy saying ho ho ho, we're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face. And later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house.
So I'm just taking the rest of the fall decor and putting it in the hallway. I am going to take a bin and put those in, and then I'm putting them in the hallway because my husband's going to go ahead and take those up in the attic. And again, I have mentioned in my last video, do not store your candles in your attic. They will melt. It happened to me. It was a disastrous time. Like, I spent so much time just like cleaning off a lot of my decor and stuff like that. It was just horrendous. But anyway, so we're gonna move on. I'm gonna wipe down the table. I'm using my DIY spray. As you guys know, I am very big now on like cleaner products and stuff like that, and if I can make it myself, I certainly will. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe down the table, wipe down that tray. I think I'm gonna put that back up into one of my cabinets, put it away for now, because it's more of a fall I guess, vibe for me. And then we're just gonna continue working our way around and then vacuuming and getting ready to decorate.
To wish us all a Merry Christmas Day, yeah. A Merry Christmas Day. Dancing around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas. Dancing around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas. Dancing around the Christmas tree, wishing all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, oh, oh,
Okay, so now that we are done vacuuming, I am just going to give Luna some water. I cleaned up her little area there, and now we're starting with the kitchen table. So you will see me again jumping back and forth. So that table runner I actually had when I had my old table, the smaller table, and it fit perfectly on that table. And now that I have it on the bigger table, it does not fit, but it still looks fine. So I just went ahead and put it on there. But we are switching out the regular mugs for some Christmas mugs here in the coffee area, and these wreaths I purchased them from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago, and this ribbon I recently purchased, which I shared with you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hang the wreath here on the brick. I'm just going to go ahead and tie a piece of ribbon on that just to make it a little bit more festive, and then that will basically just like complete this area. I'm not going overboard in here. I never really do because of the color of my kitchen. I just feel like the color clashes with a lot of things, so I can't really go overboard with like decorating. I think the greenery definitely brings out my kitchen a little bit more, and it makes it look a lot more cozier and festive, if you will. But I'm just going to also pop in this cute little faux greenery here, and then that'll be it for that area. I'll do a once over at the end of the video to show you guys how everything turned out. But now we're moving on to this space, and I typically don't really do anything in those two corners. It's hard for me to decorate every single space because we have so many different countertop areas in the kitchen. I just feel like it's a lot to kind of like put a piece of decor on every single section. So for me, all I do is hang up this other wreath right here over the stove. I tie my little ribbon on there and it works just fine, and that is basically all I'm going to do in this little section right here.
While my sister and me are writing verses and rhymes, soon they will be here, same as
and I've shared this before as well in my previous Christmas decorating videos, that I typically get a real garland for over the window, and whatever I have remaining I use it throughout the rest of the house. So I did get my real garland. I'm gonna go ahead and hang that up, but before I do, I am going to put some lights on here. We went to Walmart. You guys, the lights at Walmart, they're pretty inexpensive. I bought a box of those clear mini lights and they were like $2.79 or something like that, and it's 100 strand or 100, I don't know how it's measured, but anyway, it was perfect. Like I actually had to go around this, maybe I had a little bit left over, and then towards the end of it when my husband's wrapping it, he just went back up the other way, and it was like halfway going back the other way. So it worked pretty well. We do have an outlet right there, so I was able to go ahead and string that on and just like hang up the garland right here.
Kids play on the outside in the newly fallen snow, while the grown-ups all huddle up inside away from the blistering cold. Soon Santa will be here, the same as every year.
In order for me to just keep keep the garland steady and to keep it from falling, I did have to use some command hooks. It's the same command hooks I use whenever I'm hanging my stockings on the mantle. So it's those very inexpensive ones. I had a ton of them left over, so I'm just using 3 of those to just make sure that the garland is secure so it does not fall down.
Yeah. Everyone wants home for Christmas. Wherever in the world they are. Let's make a snowman. That's something even the grown-ups can. The carrot for his nose. Let's call him Frosty. He'll be our friend. What does it matter if it's all pretend? Everyone wants home for Christmas. No matter if it's near or far. Everyone wants home for Christmas. Wherever in the world.
Now that that area is taken care of, we are moving on to the kids' hot cocoa bar. So I had such a hard time with this area. I was just so frustrated. I felt like I have a lot of trays, but a lot of my trays are very rustic looking, and it's because I try to fit the theme of like my house in a sense. So my kitchen and my living room does not look the same. It doesn't match at all. The living room is newly painted, the kitchen is not. So I have a lot of rustic trays like this one here, and I had such a hard time with decorating this space for the kids. But I did go to Walmart. I purchased some very inexpensive jars. I was looking for the other ones, but they were out. So I just grabbed 2 of their jars, a canister of the hot cocoa mix, some marshmallows, and I also did get a small bag of their holiday confetti, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop all of those in the jar, and then you're gonna see at the end of this video that this area does not look anything like what it looks like right now. So I did go in again. It was like I think I tried like 3 times to decorate this area, and I just did not like it. So towards the end of the video, you'll see that it looks completely different, and I was like, finally, this is it. It looks good, and I was completely happy with that. And now we are moving on to this little area right here by the entry. Excuse my husband's view. He was testing out some lights for outside. He was hanging up the lights outside while I was doing the decorating inside in the kitchen. And this was a piece of the leftover garland that I had from the one that I hung on the window. So I'm just tying a piece of ribbon on there and calling it a day. I actually wanted to put some lights on here too, but I think just the simplicity of it just looks a lot nicer. I also did take a piece of this garland because it does, I think it's like a 20-foot garland, I'm not sure, but I did cut a piece of that, and it's currently sitting on my console. I'll show you guys that in another video, but now I am just taking these kitchen towels that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and I'm gonna go ahead and hang those here. Now moving on to the kitchen table, it was fairly simple. I had 2 of these greenery stems left over from Hobby Lobby that I purchased 2 years ago, and I had 1 of the cranberry picks left over as well, and I'm just going to go ahead and put those in this vase that I purchased from Target over the summer, and that'll basically complete the look for the kitchen table. And stay tuned for the after shots of how everything turned out, and towards the end of the video there is a little snippet of me making hot chocolate with the kids. kids were super excited to make some hot chocolate, so I wanted to include that footage for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe before you leave. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell, as it will alert you every time I post a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.